Hey, my name's Jake Nicholson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. The Federal Reserve had their meeting a day or two ago, and it was interesting because at the end of the meeting, effectively, Jerome Powell ended his time as chairman of the Fed. Now, he's stepping down. He's going to get replaced by someone very different that's been appointed by Donald Trump. So in this video, I want to talk about what did Jerome Powell say on the way out. There's some interesting stuff in there, and what to expect from the new Federal Reserve chief once they get installed, because very important, because there's a phrase that's very common in the world of finance, and that is that the Bank of England follow the Fed. So if they're just about to start cutting interest rates, could that mean that we look at doing the same? Now, before we jump into this, if you are new around here and you haven't done it already, please do subscribe to my channel over there and hit that bell notification. Join over 54,000 subscribers who get all the latest house price news, interest rate news, property investing tips, and much, much more. And also, let's get some views on this video. Your part in that is simple. All you need to do is smash like, tickle like, do something to that like button. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm, and that really does help the channel grow. So thanks to everyone that does that. So, what is going on? Well, Jerome Powell and Donald Trump, it's an interesting story there. You see, in Donald Trump's first term, he picked Jerome Powell as head of the Federal Reserve. Then Jerome Powell didn't cut rates as much as Donald Trump wants, because Donald Trump's interests are in property. So he wants ultra low interest rates. Of course, he'll say it's to stimulate the economy, but it also would help massively with his businesses that he's in. Then in Biden's term, Jerome Powell got extended, and now he's coming to an end of his tenure. In fact, it's now finished. And so Donald Trump has been looking around and who he can put in, and he's replacing Jerome Powell with someone called Kevin Walsh. Now, Jerome Powell and Donald Trump on the exit didn't have the best of relationships. You see, Donald Trump was at the time taking Jerome Powell to court, saying that the refurbishment of the Federal Reserve building was massively over budget, and there must have been some fraud in there. And that was due to the fact that Jerome Powell just wasn't, in Donald Trump's second term, cutting rates at all when Donald Trump wanted that to be done. And so they had a spat. And at the end of the day, Jerome Powell has now left. And in his meeting, his last meeting, they held rates in America. So they have rates at 3.5%, which is a smidge lower than we have over here. So there's a possibility at some point the Bank of England could cut, even if the Federal Reserve doesn't. Now, on his way out, Jerome Powell had some digs at the Trump government and basically said there's no job creation at the moment. There are jobs. Jobs are being created, but it's not really much at all. In fact, there's been lots of revisions downwards over the last year or so. So that's true. There isn't massive job creation in America currently. And he talked a lot as well about the fact that tariffs have been inflationary and are feeding into the inflation that we're seeing. And also, he talked a lot about the Iran war and how that's going to continue to be inflationary. Even if the war was to end, it would take months for that to actually leave the market. And we're going to see higher oil prices for quite some time. So there's a lot of little digs there that he did on the way out. And here's the interesting one. And so the Republican Party, some of the members said they wouldn't vote for Trump's new nominee, which is Kevin Walsh, unless Donald Trump dropped the court case against Jerome Powell, because they just thought it was frivolous and just a waste of time and being political. So Donald Trump did get the Department of Justice to drop that case. However, Jerome Powell has said he is going to stay on as someone that has a vote on interest rates going forward. And that's rare. That isn't something that you would normally see. Most Fed chairs leave, they retire, they go and enjoy their life. Now, why is Jerome Powell doing that? Well, could be that he wants to give Donald Trump the finger and say basically, yeah, I'm going to make it harder for rates to go down if I don't feel that they should. So he's going to be someone that will make it harder to get the other members to all vote potentially to drop rates. But more likely is that while he still works for the Federal Reserve, if Donald Trump does come back and sue him again, now he's got his Fed chair in, which is what lots of people thought might happen, then he can use the Federal Reserve's legal teams to defend himself, rather than if he leaves, he's got to pay out of his personal money, which could waste like hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to defend himself against a frivolous case. So the new guy coming in is called Kevin Walsh. And interestingly, previously, he's been someone that when inflation is going up, has been an advocate for actually increasing rates. However, the stance this time and the expectation is that he will start trying to push the other members to actually drop interest rates, because there's problems in America with debt. The American government has 39 trillion in debt, and they just need to reduce that. And the expectations are that the interest rates could be dropped below the level of inflation, and then they could inflate away some of that debt. And that's what they're looking at as being a likely outcome. Now, does Jerome Powell have the sway to basically try and get a vote that could stop interest rates dropping? We'll see. It's difficult to see exactly where members are going to go, but this meeting that they just had, they had 8 members that voted to hold rates, 8 members that voted to hold, and actually 4 that voted to cut. So it's very different to the Bank of England. The Bank of England doesn't have that many people looking to cut. So what's interesting for UK property, UK mortgages, because that's really what we care about here, is the fact that the Federal Reserve now has more members. So they had 4 that were looking to cut. Potentially this will be a 5th person on there. And potentially you could start seeing some interest rate cuts in America, even if inflation does go up. Now that could put pressure on the Bank of England to do some cuts. And I think the Bank of England should cut, because why you would increase rates is to stop people spending and all of this stuff. But a lot of this inflation that we're seeing is out of our control. It's energy costs. So people aren't going and spending a fortune, and businesses are suffering a lot at the moment. We've got difficulty with employment as well, even though it has dropped the unemployment. And so I think both sides should cut and try and get these economies kick-started and have some positive GDP numbers, because things don't look very strong, if you ask me. So what do you think this Kevin Walsh guy is going to do? Do you think he's going to have a big impact? He's certainly going to get a lot of pressure from Donald Trump, which he should be neutral, but he is going to get a lot of pressure from Donald Trump to cut rates, regardless of whether that's the right thing or not. Let me know if you think they'll cut in the next few months, and if the Bank of England would look at doing similar based off that. Make sure before you leave, do make sure you like the video, do subscribe, and do check out all the other content on the channel as well now, including this video right here.